Whoa, whoa. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Who's ready for another trail running workout climb? Let's get going. I'm Hooded Hillhopper. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Ping! Comment, feedback, sharing's caring. Let's go, let's go. Woo-wee, it is Saturday, September 19th, I believe. We're back at the water tower. I am late. Oh man, I was so exhausted. I slept until 5:30. I haven't done that and I can't even remember. Did some work but on the road at 6:30. Man, so we were running late. I like to be out the door running around 5:45. All right, but anyways, here we are. Ooh, always gas this first climb. What are we at? 1134 feet I've already done. 43 minutes. Okie dokie. Yesterday, this is a part 2 video. Yesterday we did Disneyland in California. Ride reviews part 1. And we did about half the park. The western side, I guess you'd call it. I consider that the western side. Frontierland, the other land where Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean is. I want to say like Bayou Land, but that's not it. And then we went over to Fantasyland and then Toontown Land. I think it's just Toontown. I don't know. But anyway, so we had a good time. We're rating on a 1 to 10 scale. So that's what we did. We're gonna nail, this is part 2, we're gonna nail down the second half of the park. And there's some heavy hitters. But this is Disneyland, so just in general, heavy hitter rides. They don't put out many cladunkers. So all right, anyways, we left out a biggie yesterday, which at the end of the video I was like, oh my god, I forgot. So we're gonna go back to Frontierland. We forgot an original Disneyland original mainstay, the old Thunder Mountain Railroad. It is a roller coaster. It's built on this mountain they built up. Looks kind of like an old mining town mountain or something. And they've got this roller coaster that's made up to look like a train going through, and it is phenomenal. One of my favorites. Really good. And they've updated it too. They've had some like pyrotechnics and some fun, more effects, sound effects and stuff. And I think they made it a little less shaky, a little smoother, which isn't bad. But it's a good solid, it's pretty long for a roller coaster. And it basically it's got 2 long climbs, I think. You know, you go up and go down, then you do another climb. And it's great, it's themed amazing. Standard Disneyland. Like it is, they just do so good with that. It's got that old western mining town vibe. You know, this train like going through the mountainside, taking out all the ore, gold, whatever. And so like in the tunnels you go through, they've got like dynamite exploding and stuff like that. It's cool, it's a great ride. My 6-year-old daughter loves it. I don't think my wife's huge on it. She's like, oh, it's not that great. I sorely disagree. I think it's a phenomenal roller coaster. I've been going on that since my first time at Disneyland. My dad and I think even my brother went on that one. That's an original, just an original ride. Great ride. They'll never take it down. It's I just have such good things to say about that ride. It's just such a good roller coaster. Fun. Remember, Disneyland, it's not about, you know, how fast or how close to death you can get on these roller coasters. You know, there's no upside down, there's nothing like that. But it's about having a very solid A+ experience, themed to the T, and just perfect example of atmosphere. That's what Disneyland does better than anyone. And they nailed that. So this roller coaster, we're giving it a 9.5. 9.5. It's a heavy hitter. It's a heavy hitter. Definitely. For being around forever, it deserves such a high score. They hit it out of the park, you know, 50 years ago, when it came out. It's one of the originals. So, whew, that is excellent, excellent ride. Okay, let's hit up some of there's a couple minor ones. There's the monorail, which is, you know, the futuristic monorail train like they actually have in like Japan and other places, that goes around the Disneyland park and goes kind of to like the hotels and downtown Disney, and will bring you into the park. That's it's hard to, that's not even really a ride, but it's kind of neat if you just want to go around the park. It was, as a kid, it was much cooler. Like, whoa, this futuristic monorail. We've kind of caught up with that. So, you know, it's an original mainstay. It's been around forever. Original Disneyland mainstay. Okay, we'll give that like a 6 out of 10. It's fun. You know, the kids probably think it's cooler. I don't know. Maybe as a kid I thought it was cooler because that was in the 80s. So 6 out of 10. Next up, we'll knock out another train, the Disneyland train that goes around the whole park. That is but I think it actually, but it cuts off Toontown. But it goes around the perimeter of the park, and has like, let's say 3 or 4 stops to different areas. And when you get on at Tomorrowland and you start heading to the entrance of the park, that's the cool area, because that's where you go in like a long tunnel cave, and they call these like dinosaur exhibits, like you're going back in time. That's really cool. The rest of it's kind of you see the park. I did it at night back in February. It was cool, but it was nighttime. I hadn't been on it in probably 20 years, maybe more, maybe 25 since I was a kid. I just remember, I'm like, I forgot they had a train. Oh, we gotta go on it. The issues I had with it is the stops take forever, so it took a long time to go around on it. That got annoying. And besides that cool dinosaur tunnel thing you go through, the rest of it's kind of bland. You do see some backside of like Frontierland and stuff, which is cool, but other than that, it's kind of we'll give it a 6 though. It's a 6. You know, it's just, if you want something relaxing and leisurely, it's a good time. Okay, so that's great. Okay, let's now, well, I'm doing okay. We're gonna go, I don't know what land this ride is officially under. I guess it has to be part of Fantasyland, I would assume, but this is a heavy hitter. Everyone knows this ride. Heavy hitter, a Disneyland original mainstay, as verified by Hooded Hillhopper. It's a small world. Whoa, that ride's been around forever. It's that where you go in the water on a boat and you go in this building, this castle. It's a small world castle. It's got like 1,000,000 clocks, and they're playing that damn song. It's a small world after all. And like they just repeat it over and over, and you want to pull your hair out. But anyways, so it's a great ride. I'll tell you when it's good. Disneyland gets hot. If you're there and it's 100 degrees, that ride is AC to the gill. So you get some great AC. If you want like a 10-15 minute ride in air conditioner, solid choice on that. Now basically, this ride's hard to explain. It basically goes through, you're just leisurely going through on this boat, similar style to Pirates of the Caribbean. You're just going through, checking everything out. Now what it is, and like the last time I went on, I paid more attention. I'm like, oh, okay, they do such a good job with illusion. Like it's not that big of an area you're going through, but they keep curving around, and so it makes it look like a 2-mile journey you're going. Anyway, you're just going through all different cultures, countries of the world. Like I mean, they must have, like, it legitimately must be close to 100 different countries and cultures. And it's kind of fun guessing, like if you're an idiot like me and you haven't been anywhere. Like, okay, I think that's definitely Mexico, that's Canada. Actually, I don't know if they do Canada. They might just like, ah. But it's a great ride because what they do is, first off, the atmosphere, I keep saying that. I don't know what you want to call it, puppetry or whatever. The whole design, and they've actually updated it. The whole design is out of this world. Like, it's really cool, the type of, just the theme they go with. The kind of the art style, I guess, is very, very cool. And you go through, and basically on every culture or country or nation, it's playing the same song. It's a small world, but it's in their native language. So it's just all, you're getting the same song, same music over and over, but different languages. It's very amazingly thought out, well thought out ride. It's been around forever and ever. It's just really, like, it's relaxing, cool. And they updated it, I don't know when. And they made it newer, kind of the puppetry and everything, but still the same theme. They probably add some cultures and change things out as things change. They also added some Disney characters. For the life of me, I can't remember which characters it is. I remember last time I was on, I was pointing out to my 6-year-old daughter, looked like some hidden characters. Oh my God, I can't think of who it is. But it was an anime cartoon. Anyway, so yeah, but it's a small world. You can never go wrong with that. If you just want a nice, relaxing, fun ride that keeps your attention good, we'll give it a solid 8 out of 10. I'll admit I didn't like it as much the last time we went because I think I had to pee the whole time. I was like, finish this ride. And then I didn't like when we got to the end, when we're coming out of the castle. It's a small world castle. They basically, it was a traffic jam with the boats. We had to sit there like 15 minutes. That wasn't cool. Not cool Disney, but still a solid 8. When you think of Disneyland, it's one of the originals, everyone knows. Great. And it's been around forever. It's one of the original rides. Like, I have that memory of the first time I went to Disneyland. One of my favorite memories, and one of my more clear memories, you know, we'd stay at my dad's uncle's house in like the LA mountains. I forget, like San Gabriel or something. My parents were too cheap to get a hotel. So we'd stay there like 3 nights, go to Disneyland 2 or 3 days. And we'd drive in, not realize, we thought, oh, the family lives in LA. It's like you can walk to Disneyland. No, it's like an hour-and-a-half drive in traffic. It was miserable doing that drive. Like, we're so ready, let's go to Disneyland. No, we got to sit in traffic, which was so foreign to us. As a kid in the 80s and early 90s, what's this traffic? We go in a farm town. What the hell's going on? So that was tough to digest. But those original Disneyland memories, ooh, I don't think, I remember the first time I went there, I wanted so bad and they bought it for me and I never wore it to school. I didn't have the balls. Was a Goofy hat. You know, your classic Goofy hat with the ears, the big old, you know, face sticking out. So I got that and I never wore it. I think my mom burned it when I went to college. My mom does not like clutter. So anyways, that was great. I remember it wasn't that first trip, but it might have been the second trip, like in the early 90s. We did 2 days at Disneyland, and we did a day, like we went to Disneyland, then we went to Universal Studios, then we went back to Disneyland. As a kid, this was probably around 1990. Universal Studios at that time was awful. Awful. It was so boring. Like, they had a Jaws ride. And that's basically all I remember. I heard it's much better now. And when they build that Nintendo wing of it, the Super Mario Land, that's gonna be amazing. I heard Harry Potter's amazing now. But back then, it was so amazingly boring. It was just not good for kids. especially when you're out of town and you just went to Disneyland. You're like, okay, we're going to another theme park. You're like, oh, this totally sucks. I'll be honest, never been back to Universal Studios since. I just didn't, it left such a bad taste in my mouth. I heard it's way better now, but damn, that's a drive for me. It's a solid hour and a half drive, 2 hours with traffic. So anyway, it's a small world. What'd I say? 8 out of 10. Solid 8. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, here's an interesting one. Just a little bitty walk from, It's a Small World is another Disneyland original mainstay, as verified by Hooded Hillhopper. That's the Matterhorn. Oh man, what a ride. It's a giant snow-topped mountain, which really exists. I think it's... Okay guys, all my European friends, help me out. The Matterhorn, it's a mountain that exists on the Alps, right? The Alpine Mountains. If that's not right, it's the Pyrenees Mountains. I only know these mountain ranges because I used to be addicted to the Tour de France. Huge cycling fan, such a side story. Anyway, so they'd always, those were the days you're like, yes, we're going through the Pyrenees. There's gonna be some bodies dropped on this mountain climb on the bike. And that's kind of, side story too, that's kind of what got me really into climbing, whether on a bike or running. That was the challenge. The flat days on the Tour de France, it's like, who cares? They got the sprint at the end, you know, but nothing's happening for the most part. But the climbs, that's where the men separated from the boys. And you'd see gods on those climbs. Juiced to the gill, but they were still gods. But yeah, love that. So anyways, Matterhorn, total side story. Great. So it's this awesome peak mountain. You know, it's super steep. If you look at it in real life, they did a great job of mimicking it. Now it's probably on like a 1/100th scale, but still it goes up in the air, maybe a couple hundred feet, maybe more. And it's this awesome roller coaster. You get in these cars, they almost look like kind of like snowmobiles, like classic snowmobiles, because this is an old ride. It's a Disneyland original mainstay, you know, that's verified by Hooded Hillhopper. So basically you get in this, the whole ride is you going fast as hell. It's one of the fastest rides at Disneyland. I think it's a 2-seater only, I could be wrong. So it'd be like me and my daughter, and you go up, and like right from the start, you're just balls to the wall fast, just flying down there. You're flying through the mountain, going up all over. And what's great, they've got it themed. They've got in there the Matterhorn inside the freaking abominable snowman. They brought him in from wherever he was at, and he scares the crap out of you. I remember as a kid, the first time, it's just like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. One thing about my first time at Disneyland, I do remember this. The ride that was closed was the haunted house. It's closed a lot. That one was closed. So we didn't go on that till my second time. That was amazing. God, we already did that ride. What'd I give it? It better be a 9 at least, or 9.5. Anyway, the Matterhorn. So you go around, it's a long ride. It's fast, and these old cars beat the crap out of your body. So you're going all through, and then there's some water parts. It does, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 splashdowns in water. You don't get too wet. This isn't Splash Mountain, but it's still like, whoa, you know, drops. I think they do one about halfway, then they do a longer drop at the end. And this is another ride, like a broken record, just so well thought out, so well themed. Who knows where they got this idea? You know, it's not based on a Disney movie or anything, you know, and it's just out of this world. It's a great ride. Oh man, we're gonna give it, oh, let's give it a solid, it's a 9. How can you go less than a 9 with the Matterhorn? Good grief. Fantastic ride. It's one of those originals I just have such good memories of. Just, it's so great to be able to do this again with your family. It's so much harder, it's so much more crowded now, but still You time it right. You go to websites. You learn when to go and when to not go. It's a game now. It's a game of timing it. But anyways, so 9 out of 10. Okay, we're getting on the home stretch. Got 5 more rides left. Okay, we're going to Tomorrowland, or at least, is this Tomorrowland? We're gonna start with the Yellow Submarine ride, which plays the Beatles song, of course, Yellow Submarine. We all live in Yellow Submarine, Yellow Submarine, Yellow Submarine. One of their best hits. Anyways, so I think my daughter didn't like it. So what's funny about the submarine ride, I hadn't been on it in like 25 years at least. They totally redid it. It's themed for like Finding Nemo or Finding Dora. So you go down underwater, you know, there's no real fish, I don't think, but it's just it's all this fake ocean life. And then you've got what do you call it, you've got Legoland has a similar ride. I'm getting confused. And you see it all, but then you see the whole, it's being, I don't know if it's holographics or what, it's being projected on there, obviously, like scenes from Finding Nemo and Finding Dora. And that's really cool. That got my kids' attention. I like that. I thought it was neat. Not a home run ride, not something you're like, this is amazing. And the line took a while. I think they had a hole up. But definitely for kids, a fun leisure ride. Just going underwater, scooting around. Good time. We'll give it a 7. It's a solid 7. You know, don't run there for it. There's better. But it's good. It's worth going on. We'll give it a little above average. Next on the list, next door to that, I don't know the name of this. It's the race cars, like for kids, you go on these cars and it's on a track, and you know, it's like a slot car, like it goes on its own. And it goes all around like a track and stuff. As a kid, I think I really, really liked it, and they redid it completely. As an adult, I don't like it at all. Like it might be my least favorite ride. I know there was one yesterday, I was like, eh. But that one, I do not like the cars there. The kids do, so you're gonna go on it. And it's fine. It's just, for me, it's the last ride. If I had to choose, I'd go on at Disneyland. Go on everything else like 8 times. Let's give it a solid, I'm giving it a 3. I'm going low. I don't like it. Kids will like it way more, but for me, I found it excruciatingly boring. There's nothing to it. You're just going through the cars, but kids love that sort of stuff. But 3. Okay, next up is the Rockets in Tomorrowland. Now we're really in Tomorrowland. The Rockets, basically it's a carnival type ride that spins around and around. You're in a rocket ship, and you've got a lever that goes, puts you up higher, puts you down low. The kids, my 2-year-old loves this ride. It's a great, great ride for younger kids. Great ride. For me, I don't like it that much. It's just a carnival ride, and the line takes forever. It's a long wait. But the kids like it, so you're gonna bite the bullet on that one. And it just goes, it's a carnival ride, just spins around. You know, it goes up and down. You know, it's themed Disney, it's got music, but nothing spectacular by any means. But the kids love it. The 2-year-old loves it. I'll get to a little side story on it. But let's give that, oh good grief, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's great for kids. Man, my 2-year-old really liked it. We went on a couple times in a row, so I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It's average. I would never go on as an adult, ever. I don't even know if we're allowed as an adult. They're like, what the hell are you doing? Get out of here, man. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now we've got another. We only got 2 rides left that I'm aware of, not counting the teacups. You guys know how teacups work. They're everywhere. Side note, in my 20s, I made 3 friends vomit on the teacups at Santa Cruz Boardwalk. I could spin them so fast, and they have that car sickness thing going on, which I don't get. And dude, funny thing, they took out that ride. Go figure. Like the boardwalk back, 20 years ago did not give a crap. Anyways, enough of the teacups. We're going to another Disneyland original mainstay. And guys, when I think of Disneyland and I think of rides, this next one to me, this is the main dog. This is like the mascot of Disneyland ride. When I think of Disneyland, this is the original ride I think of. It's out of this world, literally. We're talking about Space Mountain. What a great ride. The original ride, the roller coaster through the galaxy in the dark, just out of this world. It is, as a child, a young child, mythical to me. It was mythical. You get in there, it goes pretty fast, the line, but you can wait a couple hours. You want to use Fast Pass, that's for sure. You get on the ride, and it's basically like you're a starship, and it's going to launch, and you've got this stuff spraying at you, lights and stuff, and then you go through the tunnel, and you climb up in pitch darkness, and then, man, it starts. They've updated it. They've got music playing now, and it's out of this world. It's such a good ride. It's just like, oh my goodness. You're just in the dark. You can kind of see some stars and stuff, and you're going around. You have no idea which way you're turning, which way you're going. Super fast. Nothing's better. Nothing touches it at Disneyland in terms of atmosphere. Just, it's on a different level. I love this ride. This is the original. My dad, I know you're gonna watch this. My mom probably remembers too. The first time we went to Disneyland, I don't know if I was 6 or 7 or 5, I don't know, in the mid 80s. My dad, because I was cool with roller coasters, my dad's like, you're tall enough, buddy. We're going on this ride. So him and I just went. My brother wouldn't go on it. This is the funny thing, my brother was like, no, I'm out. So my brother's favorite ride was the stupid rocket ride, the one before, the carnival ride. It's like, how can you like that ride? Like, as a young kid, I was like, dude, Space Mountain's a million times better. So my dad and I didn't go on it. And we went on at least once or twice that first trip. The 2 days we went, at least once a day, maybe twice. It was awesome. They shoot you out in a gift store to buy junk, but it was, as a child, it was mythical. Like, I can't explain how much better that ride was in my head than anywhere else. And so God bless my dad and my parents. That was so great. And Chris, thanks for not going, dude. My twin brother, thanks for ruining it. But anyways, that, I just can't say enough good things. It's worth the wait. It's worth it. When you think Disneyland, there's Splash Mountain, there's the Matterhorn, there's Thunder Railroad Mountain, whatever. But the mountain of all is Space Mountain. That's the money maker right there. It's such a good roller coaster, such a good one. But we're not done. We're gonna skip a generation on Space Mountain. So I come back here about almost 4 years ago. I think early December 2016. My daughter's about 2 years and 10 months, 2 years, 11 months old. My daughter was huge. My 6-year-old, she was huge. She was off the scale on all the percentages, you know, head, length, weight, you know, 100 percentile and everything. And she was underweight. They almost kept her at the hospital. She wasn't eating. And I was off 2 weeks from work. And she, finally, my last day I was off, it just clicked. She got that hooded hillhopper gene in her. You know, we're heavy eaters, my family. it just clicked. She suddenly took to the bottle because my wife had the pump. And so we put all the milk in the bottle. It finally clicked. And that kid just destroyed milk for a couple years or whatever. So anyways, my point is, she's only 2. My first time at Disneyland, I was maybe 6. My mom can verify this. Maybe older. And she's only 2. She's not even 3 for a couple of months. Well, the height requirement to go on Space Mountain, it's like, I think it's 40 inches or something. Anyways, she made it. By some act of God, she had just barely made 40 inches. So as a 2-year-old, she's like, yeah, Daddy, let's go. I took a 2-year-old on Space Mountain. She loved it. We went once or twice. I held her in. It was phenomenal. I doubt she remembers, but you know, you get those first times to Disneyland going, you know. But that was so great about my 2-year-old. I mean, my 6-year-old, my older one. She was so tall as a young toddler. We could go to theme parks. She could go on a lot of great rides, and she loved them. So that was awesome. Being able, one of my highlights ever at Disneyland, one of the 2 was as a kid going with my dad on Space Mountain, and then, you know, 30 years later, taking my 2-year-old on Space Mountain. And Disneyland might want to rethink their age requirement. A lot of theme parks say a height and age requirement. You used to have to get my daughter to lie. How old are you? 2. No, you're 4. Okay, 4. They'd ask, how old are you? She's like, 4. Like, bingo. And then you get, you know, you gotta lie about your kid to get her in the theme park for free. So then you underage them. She's 4. You're like, how old are you? She's 4. No, you're 2 now. So how old? 2. I'm like, all right, you're getting free. I ain't spent 100 freaking bucks. And now we got annual passes, so who cares? Okay, so anyways, great times, memories. Space Mountain, 10 out of 10. Perfect score. The first perfect score we've given. Man, I gotta hurry up. Just a heavy hitter. My Lord, what a great ride. What a great ride. Okay, man, you go to Disneyland, you haven't been there, you go there. You gotta go there. Okay, we're down to the last ride. It's in Tomorrowland. There is, on yesterday's video, funny thing, there's a little Easter egg about this ride. And it wasn't by me, it was by, as I'm walking out the door today for this morning's run, and I'm about to disconnect from my phone because I leave it, I get a notification on my watch, a YouTube comment on that video from Chris G 2112 with the going with the Rush album 2112 in his screen name. Chris G 2112, that's my twin brother. He comments, probably the only comment he put, because I put down there, what's your favorite, you know, tell me, you know, what's your favorite ride, all that, you know, what do you like? He put Star Tours for the win. Those are his words. And yeah, that's a spoiler giveaway. He's right. And him and I have never talked about this, my twin brother. We've never talked about Disneyland rides. Why the hell would we? And he is 100% correct. Space Mountain's a 10 out of 10, but Star Tours is an 11 out of 10 for the win at Disneyland. Not an original. It opened up, I believe my first time there, it just opened in the 80s. And it's been updated. I remember as a kid, you know, it's Star Wars themed. And I'm not I like Star Wars, but I'm not like a Star Wars nerd by any means. I haven't even seen the new movies. But dude, back then, oh, it's so great. You're inside. It's got a giant screen like you're in a spaceship shuttle with 20 other people. But I not step in the hole. And they've got it where it's like, they've got it all on hydraulics and stuff, where the screen moves around like you're flying and then the ship's moving around, so you get that sense of motion and like you're falling, you're going at light speed. You have to wear a seatbelt, that's how harsh it goes. And it's it's awesome. As a kid, loved it. Didn't say it was my favorite back then. Just really enjoyed it. That and Space Mountain next to each other. But dude, as I got older, I liked it more. Now coming back the last 4.5 years, 4 years coming back to Disneyland, at some point they updated it. They added in giant height, like it was always one story, you know, one route you took. But they had four to make the ride go fast. They had 4 rooms so you could have 4 going at a time. Well, now they updated it. They added in high def screens so it's crisper, better. And they also, they update it more with the new movie stuff. And then also, what is just such a good idea, those 4, why are we doing the same one? Let's do 4 different themes. So they've got one, like, I think there's a snow one, there's a water one, there's like an interplanet one, and they're all, you know, you're all being chased by the Empire or Darth Vader or whoever the heck, you know, and it's great. You move all around. I'll tell you what, my 6-year-old, we've been going on that too since she was 2 also, and that's that might be her favorite also. She loves that ride. We all, my wife, because I was going on it with my 6-year-old, and I was like, ah, you gotta go, like there's no line really, it was late. She went, she's like, that ride's amazing, it's so awesome. So oh man, 11 out of 10. I will say this, supposedly the new Star Wars land there, the one ride's better, the one where you have to make reservations for. Supposedly it's kind of same idea but better, so that's hard to top. But Star Tours, man, oh man, I went like 10 minutes late, but I got a lot of work. I gotta get home early. It's my mother-in-law's birthday at my house. Oops. But I can't say, you walk into the park, you go down Main Street, you take a right turn into Tomorrowland, you go find Star Tours, it's on your right in Tomorrowland. Whoo-wee, it is, I just love that ride. 11 out of 10. The best ride at Disneyland. You guys let me know what you think. Tell me what your favorite ride is. You can go through all of them, give me your ratings. But we had one 10 out of 10. Space Mountain, we had a couple 9.5s. Indiana Jones, 9.5, I'm changing, 9.5. What else, Matterhorn? I forget, but great, solid. Space Mountain, 10 out of 10, but Star Tours, 11 out of 10. Bringing it all the way to 11. Look at that. Okay, we're gonna sprint. God bless everyone. Thank you for being with me. 7:07. Ooh, that left hamstring is something else. We're not gonna go too hard. Just can't. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Keep good form. Keep it in tight. Can't spread out. Mini steps. Mini steps. $53. So 46 seconds. 46 seconds. Good Lord, it's a long video. 39 minutes. I needed that time. I'm sorry, guys. Woo. This sun is blasting. The water tower protection from the sun. Guys, thank you for being with me. Disneyland rides, part 2. There's the sun blinding me. Woo! Video 101. 101. Why did this not charge? I'm at 39%. Good grief. Video 101. Hooded Hill Hopper. We're coming back tomorrow. If you like this video, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ping, for all your theme park, MCU news, and more. All right, let's get this going. Comment, feedback, tell me what ride you like. Let me know. Ow! Oh, all right, guys. Sunday fun day tomorrow at the water tower because I can't move.